How's it going, everyone? It's Sam. The prices of cryptocurrencies have fallen over the last week and a half. And this has actually given us a really good opportunity. A lot of people were aping into Bitcoin at 48,000, 47,000, 46,000. They kept on buying. And what we're seeing is actually really bullish long-term. We have more long-term holders. We have short-term holders capitulating, giving their Bitcoin over to stronger hands. We actually just got some new data as to who's actually selling GBTC, and the fact is they're done selling. Those people that have been dumping out of the market are done selling. I want to talk about that and then go through 10 cryptos that I think could do really, really well, that might be something that you want to pay attention to or be buying. To be clear, I have positions in all of these. I'm buying all of these. I would not be talking, or I would not be really bullish on a crypto if I didn't already hold it, right? Why would I be so bullish on something and then not want to hold it? So I am talking about some of the cryptos I hold, but you can take this list and do your own research and then figure out other cryptocurrencies that you think might even be more valuable. But I do want to go through it. If you don't mind, hit subscribe, turn on the bell notification underneath the video. Now, while you're down there, there's a link to HGAaccess. There we have about 10 influencers that are giving their opinions on the market, giving what they see in the market at all times, and trying to provide as much alpha as possible, because we get reached out to by so many different projects, so many different teams, so many different companies in the crypto space. We try to relay some of that information to you to make you money in the end. There's also a link down there to Margex as well, in case you want to trade cryptocurrency. I think this is a really good platform. It's one that is really easy to set up, because there's no KYC. So just in a few minutes, you can start trading. Of course, you should always take precautions and make sure that you're not trying to trade your entire crypto bag. Make sure you're comfortable. But leverage can be used in a way that can actually help further your gains and help you make money even faster, especially in an up market, which I think we are going back into a up only market at some point, because we have the halving very soon. We just got Bitcoin ETFs, which is actually extremely bullish long-term. Now, the price has fallen a bit, but we know why that is right now. BlackRock and Fidelity keep on buying, but GBTC, Grayscale, continues to dump Bitcoin. Now, this is not because the company is bearish on Bitcoin or anything like that. It's because the people that hold GBTC are selling. Now, we have news on who is selling. It's actually FTX. FTX, their estate, has been liquidating $1 billion of GBT shares. They have together, everyone that has sold GBTC sold about 2.8 billion. So over about 35% of the selling is just due to FTX. And we actually can see from CoinDesk that they are out of GBTC shares. They had 22 million shares, which now they've sold and own basically zero. So the estate sold off all the Bitcoin to pay back creditors. And yeah, that's caused some selling pressure. I mean, think about that. $1 billion sell of Bitcoin, that's going to cause some selling pressure. We know whales are still accumulating, strong hands are still accumulating. But overall, we have seen the price of Bitcoin go down because there has been selling from somewhere, and GBTC has been the largest seller recently. We've also seen some liquidations. We've seen a little bit of a pullback. Now, I actually think of this as bullish. As I said earlier, I think this is bullish because if you were bullish at 47, 48,000, nothing has changed. There's not been some huge negative catalyst. No, we just are getting cheaper prices. If you went to the store and bought a shirt, and then the next time you go to buy a shirt, it's there for 20% off, are you going to be pissed? No, you're going to be happy, and you're going to buy that shirt at 20% off. So that is where we are at on Bitcoin right now. Now, Bitcoin has pulled back, but a lot of other altcoins have pulled back even further. I still think it makes sense to buy Bitcoin. Bitcoin is the Mac Daddy. It's probably going to over 100,000 per coin if you have a lot that you want to invest, or if you want to get into cryptocurrency, into something that's easier to understand. Bitcoin is the one for you. Now, if you want to go further down the risk spectrum, maybe you want to dabble in some altcoins. Obviously, the first major option is Ethereum. So first of all, Bitcoin is number one on my list for cryptos to buy because it is so steady. There's so much adoption. It is the safest. We are going to have inflows into some of those ETFs. But after that, I think you got to look at Ethereum. Ethereum actually has jumped up against BTC, breaking out of this trend, this downtrend, for the first time in a year and a half. So it does show some strength. I also think there's going to be some speculation over the Ethereum ETF. If you didn't know, the deadline is May. So I would not be surprised if after the Bitcoin halving or around the Bitcoin halving, Ethereum's pumping up as well, because people are so excited about the possibility of an Ethereum ETF. I think it will be harder than the Bitcoin ETF, and that took a while, but apparently Bloomberg intelligence analysts do give a 70% likelihood that there is going to be an approval for the spot ETF. And we know that Ethereum is thought of as a commodity, not a security, which is also positive. So I think you have to look at Ethereum. You also probably should look at Solana. Solana is one of the largest cryptocurrencies out there, top 5. It holds a lot of value. It processes a lot of transactions, and it is at an interesting point. We're at $86. This is very close to where it hit a couple different times and then bounced back up. I will say we have lower highs consistently, and we've held up around $85, $84, right around there. We could see some more downside. If we did, I would look at this like $75 range. We had some resistance there in the past, but also we had some support during the last bull run as well, right around 75. So I'd be watching that level as well if we do break down below about 85. In that case, I do think you have to look at Solana. It's a favorite of a lot of people in crypto. I've used it before for transactions, and it is very smooth, very quick, and very cheap. It's much more fun. It's much easier to use and cheaper than Ethereum. So I think you have to look there. Also, there are other layer ones you could include alongside of Solana, like Avalanche. I'm not going to include those as much. I want to get into some lower caps here, some ones that are coming soon, some projects that you could get huge gains on. Of course, like I said, I do own some of these projects. I think you should look at ESI or SE. SE is a one-stop shop trading solution for digital and real-world asset traders with a fun and safe raffle system available at an affordable cost. Accessible on PC or mobile, SE makes trading assets user-friendly. Beyond trading, SE fosters a growth ecosystem for Web3 and interactive challenges and raffles to help your favorite communities grow and engage with its members. Take a look at this, though. They're big. They're really big. 254K followers, and they're followed by a lot of people that I follow. Actually, that is a major hack for the next bull run, a major tip. Follow really good people on Twitter, and if they all follow the same project, maybe you want to follow them. Now, EC is not available to buy yet, but I'd put it on your radar because they may or may not be having an IDO soon. Of course, make sure you always do your own due diligence, but I'd be paying attention to this. And, with any of these projects, some of them aren't available right now, some of these smaller projects, some of them are. Go follow them on Twitter. Pay attention to them. Start learning what they do. Learn who is interested in them, who's investing in them, how useful they are. And then you can also learn when they're going to have IDOs, when they're going to start launching on different platforms. And that can be quite helpful. Now, the next crypto on this list is a little bit different. It's a lot smaller, and it's Landrocker. So they are trying to create like a new kind of play to earn, play to win gaming economy. They are shielding some of the rewards so that people can't game the system. They are making sure that they're hidden by smart contracts, and they have a dynamic way of distribution between play to win and play to earn, so it can prevent some of the inflationary pressures that games often see. They operate with a controlled number of players as well, which prevents some oversaturation that could lead to economic instability. Now, they are small right now, about $1.5 million market cap, while other GameFi competitors are easily 30 to 150 million. They do give a consistent amount of rewards, like they run hunt campaigns and provide participants at a shot for mega rewards, including Bitcoin, Ethereum, and other cryptocurrencies too. They're also supported by Infinite 8, which is an accomplished technology company with a couple decades of experience, and investors have already invested over $1.87 million. Now, of course, always do your own research. This is a partner of the channel, by the way. I'll leave links to it underneath the video in case you want to learn some more about it, but it is early stages, so you can make a lot of money. You can also be in something that's a little bit riskier as well. I talk about Seedify a lot as well. It's down to $2.76. It's the largest gaming launchpad. It had a massive run up throughout the fall and early winter. Now it's having a bit of a pullback, which is normal. I mean, it's still at 5x from where it was just 6 months ago. But I do think you should probably be paying attention to Seedify. It's much more liquid than some of these other ones that we're talking about. They're on the lower side of the market cap spectrum, but it's still got a lot of potential in my mind. Also, if you're looking for launchpads, Ape Terminal is also a really interesting one. Now, they are a project to make apparently billions in MEV profit available to retail users. If you don't know what MEV is, or MEV bots, it's a way to make money from transactions. Let's say you want to sell something, they can jump in before you, and there are probably better explanations about this, but they can jump in before you and then resell it to you and make a little bit of money from that. It's also called sandwiching, there's sniping, they're all very similar, but they can actually do this and they get you in on the project. Now, it started as that, but they're also a huge launch pad. So recently they launched huge projects like Satoshi VM. They're actually the top performing launchpad right now. If you go into crypto, I want to say crypto rankings or something like that. There's a website, I just showed it yesterday, but they're one of the best performing launchpads out there. Actually, the number one performing, in large part due to Satoshi VM, which did a 300x for IDO participants, 150 million in volume, $70 million market cap. And some people were pissed off about Satoshi VM for various reasons. They saw that some people took profits on it, but it's up a huge amount since a lot of people got in. So just be careful with any cryptocurrency on this list. If it goes up 100x, people are going to take profits, but it's actually holding up quite well. Market cap still 60 million. If you haven't looked at this one, I would pay attention to it. It's quite interesting as well. It's a BRC20 narrative. Now, if you feel like you missed out on that one, you can still possibly get into BFi Labs. This is something that Miles the Shooter just posted about. It's a BRC20 trading terminal with multi-wallet integration, allowing you to easily trade assets with MetaMask across multiple chains. Think of it as WOA for the BTC network. I'm bullish on the concept, and the team already has stacks of partnerships lined up. So how can you get in? You can register for the IDO on Ape Terminal. If you're lucky enough to get an allocation, this will likely guarantee huge profits. However, if you don't, there's still multiple ways to approach buying. If you're bullish, snipe the launch using a token sniper. Buy shortly after launch on the open market if valuation is reasonable. This worked well for Satoshi VM. Satoshi VM doesn't show on this chart, but it was $1. It was less than $1 when it came out. Now people that bought it are up like 10 to 20x. Always set a benchmark cap expectation for you to calibrate your baseline. Buy major dips. New launches usually aren't up only as unlocks occur. These are some of the strategies, but I might do a full guide. So pay attention to Miles. He's got a lot of alpha on this kind of stuff. Also, BFi Labs has had 53,000 registrations for the IDO on Ape Terminal, an addition of 30,000 in a matter of days. This is absolutely nuts. So there's a lot of pent-up demand for this, a lot of pent-up excitement. When you see something like this, Satoshi VM was the same way. Like, I talked about it in HGAaccess. I talked about it with my Patreon. I talked about it on the channel. I saw a level of excitement from influencers and a level of urgency that I had never seen before. BFi Labs, a couple other projects on this list have literally been refunding people that weren't giving enough support because they have so much demand, so many influencers want to be part of it. And this BRC20 narrative is massive. DeFi or doing something on Bitcoin is massive. That's a massive narrative for the next bull run. And you can see that with Satoshi VM, how well that did. Another one that's actually coming quite soon, IvanPay, the simpler way to accept crypto. They say it's ideal for retail, e-commerce, and vending machines. Choose from a variety of cryptocurrencies that you can accept. They have 100 locations already on board. This is a really cool project. Actually, Digital Asset News talked to me about this one. They say since our partnership with Binance began in 2020, much has changed. Now with over 1,000 merchants in 9 countries, we at IvanPay continue to make crypto payments accessible. Together, we're shaping the future. This is really cool. And they do have the IDO. live right now. You can actually get it over on Tencent. They say open for 24 hours. Secure your guaranteed allocation at presale.ivanpay.com. Of course, with any of these, go to Twitter. Actually use the links that are on these verified websites. Make sure everything looks normal. They say max purchase is 65 USDT on BNB chain for TPL or TGLP 130 USDT. So when they do have low purchase amounts or low allocation amounts, that's typically bullish for the project. They say 7-day post-listing claim back policy is enabled. That's another cool thing with a lot of these launch pads recently. A lot of them have turned to this return policy. If you don't like how the token launch went, or if it was sniped or anything like that, if you don't like it, you can return it through Seedify, through Tencent. A couple other ones are doing it as well. So those are the tokens. That's the list. I'm really excited about this. I think this is an opportunity to get in on some of the cryptos that maybe you don't have a large enough allocation to. Maybe you feel like you got kind of left behind and you want to buy. Now, of course, we can fall lower. I'm not telling you to go out and buy all these tokens here today. I'm not even saying that you can buy all of them. Some of them aren't even launched yet. But a lot of them are coming to the market soon, or some of the big ones are already on the market, and I think they present good values. Some of these will probably do 100x. I mean, for gosh sakes, Satoshi VM launched last week, and it did 150x from the IDO. It went up 40x for the people that got in right when it launched. So there is a lot of opportunity out here. You can still make a lot of money. I hope you take this list, you go do your own research. I'll include some links underneath the video. You can check out Margex as well and HGAaccess underneath the video. Thank you so much. I appreciate it, and I will see you in the next video.